it, but I cannot wear them no more. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not judging nobody. Now, nothing's wrong with y'all young folk. Y'all young folk, I saw it. I saw it before you saw it. Period. Right, Miss Robinson? Don't try to listen. What people don't understand is some of the stuff we work all this energy to say. The person already saw. Girl, you be telling them nothing new. Girl, you is being a text reminder. You are literally being a reminder like Siri. You are on the reminder list. You're not helping them know nothing new. How welcome in TR. So all I'm saying, if I stand up a couple times, okay, TR, I'm just setting the tone for today's reading because I got on my church clothes still. I ain't got all the way undressed. So me and all the older ladies is yet anybody young know when they come in here. If you feel the need to say anything to coach about the role that you may see upon me standing up in this tight dress, okay? Okay? This dress is already sucking the spirit out of my diaphragm. You understand me? My diaphragm is being choked by the binding in the dress. No, I did not put on a girdle. Therefore, if I stand up and adjust myself, you need to know you might see a role. And if you see her, I don't care that you see her. See her. We free. I'm not going to church in rapture. I cannot shout and feel the Holy Spirit when it feels like somebody is pulling my vagina through my throat through some shape where I can't do it. Keep your fa high, your jack high, your Jew high, and your woo high over there, baby. I don't want none of her. I can't walk around tighten up. Now, when I was younger, I was about that life. I mean, put me in a couple different shapers. I got on 2 or 3, and I still had a gut, and I still thought I was cute. But today, I'm too old. Understand? I'm sorry, ladies, but anything that I need my husband, my children, the neighbor, and her dog to help me put on, I don't want to have to take it off. Okay. Some of these dresses I'm buying from these creators, these black owned businesses. Why y'all got us all tightened up in these clothes now? I can't be a good influencer when I can't get it off by myself. I done had my sister put it in me. That's why it ain't off me. I can't reach the zipper because it's an end zipper. Okay, all I'm saying, I'm not complaining about the dress. I'm complaining about the zipper. I can't get myself out. You understand? Because of the type of zipper. Not that I can't reach. Understand, I can reach. But the type of zipper means I need somebody to hold it down at the bottom too. I need 3 arms. Why y'all doing that to me? Anyway, all I was saying was welcome in. My name is Coach Kenya. I'm being silly. I'm not judging anybody for what you do to pull yourself together and make yourself look good and close. I believe we all need to do it. All I'm telling y'all is me coming from 592 pounds down to the 100 and what was I 153 the 153 pounds. I'm standing up holding her right now, baby. I'm not shoving her in anything. I can't do it. Now you have a problem with my skin, go see somebody about it. I think they cut down the pricing of therapy too, because you can get it online virtually. I offer it, but not therapy, but kind of guided spiritual. Long story. Anyway, go talk to somebody, baby, because I'm not going to see nobody about my skin now. I can't do it now. I'm done doing it. Now the skin is there and I'm here and here we are. Nice to meet you. I'm not shoving her up though. That's what I was gonna say. So I just wanted to give a precursor that show you see a role move today. In this little white dress thing I got on while we talking and getting in the moment, I just want you to know not to be offended by the role. But if you are, I can't help you. Talk to Jesus about it. He's gonna help you get it handled because I'm not gonna be able to help you. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Terry, welcome in. That's all I wanted to say. Now, Coach is cute. Trust and believe. Now we cute. Don't do it now. I'm serving now. Wait a minute, hold on. Because some of y'all try to say something. Then I'm serving. And that's with no girdle, baby. That's with a panty. That's with grandma's panties on. I wear grandma's. That's a full brief. You see that brief all the way down there? That's a full brief. Don't play with me. Baby, I'm not putting on no girdle. That ain't no girdle. I can show you thigh all the way to the rise, baby. That's thigh. Honey, don't play with me. Don't play with me. I done put in what. Don't. You better get somebody. You better get. You better get. You better get. You better get somebody else to do it, because, honey, I'm not tucking her nowhere. This what we got. This what we got. I'm not yeah, This what we got. Questions, concerns, and issues, take them to the Lord in prayer. Questions, concerns, and issues today, y'all gonna have to take to the Lord in prayer. You got to take it to the Lord in prayer. You got to take it because I can't do it for you. No. And this is for all my ladies who, when you look in the mirror and you see something that's looking back at you that you don't feel good about, I want you to Smack her and tell her life is short-lived, baby, and you put it on and you put it on right. See, there's this misconception that when you lose weight, you have to be naked to celebrate your. I said cover her up and show her what you're working with. You can't tell me I'm looking as good as the sister with the thin lace dress on. You can't tell me I'm not clocking her, baby, and I'm fully covered. You can't tell me I didn't shut nothing down with all of me covered up. You don't gotta be naked. Where that come from? Who says you need to see all my inner thigh and my butt cheek just because I done lost over 470 pounds? Nobody. Come walk with me. Let me show you how women do it, baby. Let me show you how a queen loses it, baby. Let me show you how a woman of God does it, honey. Yeah, clock that. Y'all want to clock tea on Sunday? Clock it with me. Here we go. I know that everything is working out for my good. Now I'm being silly. Y'all let me stop. Let me quit playing. See, this is why I can't be coming live early. Because when I have a lot of time, y'all know it turned into a whole motivational, mental health mindset. Oh, little, hold on, I gotta get my glasses, y'all. Y'all know I can't see. Lady V, thank you. Welcome in, beautiful. Are you new? Welcome in. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome in, you guys. And for all the follows, all the love, all the likes, tap it up. It's just me. My name is Coach Kenya. Yes, that is me. It is our motivation. We call today I Rise Sunday. My team and I call them my family. We together have been working on our prayer life. Okay. But in your prayer life as it relates to food. Oh, here we go. Yep, that's what we do over here. My name is Coach Kenya Lachelle Elliott. If you're new here, I am actually a therapeutic weight loss mindset specialist and coach. Understand me? I teach you how to live the lifestyle that keeps the weight off. I don't teach any form of dieting. If you are a dieter and you are looking to go on a diet, I cannot help you. I have no advice for that part. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't win at it. I'm not gonna make you do it. So you can't win at it. No. But if you want to live, which is lifestyle, that, my friend, I'm a boss at that. I've been using nutritional cleansing for over 11 years, dropped over 479 pounds totally and counting. I live a very focused lifestyle on mindset. I deal with why I eat, what I'm eating, when I'm eating, and I'm honest about stress and how it controls and makes me crave and have urges. I do what's necessary on my journey to stay sustainable, and I encourage you to do the same. Don't let anyone judge you for what you've chosen to do on your journey. If you want to get an injection, get an injection. I'm a recovering food addict. My doctor recommended them to me. I said, give it to me. I work with hundreds of women who've been using it, and it's changed their life. So guess what? Why would you not? I'm not scared. Plus, I was sitting around eating thousands of Oreos. I wasn't worried about them Oreos. And we know that the white stuff in Oreos is toxic. It's poison. It's poison. Okay, Larry, well, God bless you, okay? And so with the idea and the theory behind you having an understanding that this is a mind game, that's how you win. That is how you win. TR, can you handle that for me? That's how you win. Do you understand? Queen, can you handle that for me? Thank you. All right. I know you back there in the people don't even be knowing. They don't know. This is a safe space. This is God's space. You can't come in here. All right. The goal is that we look at our mind and how it's driving the behaviors that are keeping us in the cycles of the cyclic behavior related to eating. So you need to do all those things, but then you also need to become educated about nourishment. You need to be educated about emotional eating and the difference between stress eating, emotional eating, physical hunger, and mental hunger. There's a difference. For those of us who have chosen at some point, without our knowledge to ourselves, to use food, okay, as a tool, okay, to use food as a tool, all right, this particular item here is important because we need to learn how to replace the coping skill with something more effective, more helpful, right? If chewing calms me down, then every time I feel uncalm, I'm going to have the urge, which you call a craving, but it's deeper than a craving. Because the thing about cravings and emotional triggers is that the emotional trigger will outweigh your behavioral you can keep I'm not gonna do it, I'm not, but the emotional trigger can get so powerful that subconsciously you will begin to pursue the item that you're craving, because the craving goes from just being a thought to the body then believing that if you don't get that item, something will happen. Can anybody relate? Nobody can relate? So what I've discovered, and what my team will tell you they discovered about their own journeys, years and years and years of doing this, is that the body has to be then coached. Hey Casey, has to be coached. Hey Empress, Lady B, right? Has to then be guided into a new coping strategy. Follow me. If my brain is constantly craving sugars and sweets when I'm in a heightened stress level and I'm always stressed, I can't just stop eating those things. I must put something in its place. Thank you, Chosen, for his glory. Or the craving will only be suppressed. This is what happened with the GLP-1. This is why I talk about sustainability. This is why I'm telling y'all, mindset coach, go to your doctor, tell me you need a therapist, talk to him, tell him, push him, push him, push him. I'm not just telling you that for you to spend more money, silly. I'm telling you that so the money you're spending doesn't become a waste when you gain all the weight back because you did not get to the mindset. I don't care how powerful your tool is. If you don't bring your mind along, you got a problem, because your body is not is not the culprit of your eating. Your body is not the culprit of your eating. The culprit of your eating requires behavioral action, which is outside of your thoughts. Meaning, when you have the thought, if your hand goes and picks it up and your mouth is what eats it, it cannot happen without your involvement. This is how raw and bare basic you have to get with understanding what's happening to you and your body when it comes to your journey with food and obesity. I don't care how diabetic, PCOS, endometriosis, insulin 1, lupus, lacadicas, Hashimoto's, pylorrhea, HBS, acid reflux, congestive heart failure, stroke, seizures, cancers. I understand all those diseases, but none of them are jumping off of you and going in the kitchen eating that food you are. So you got to start right there. Some of y'all don't even want to, oh, it's my thyroid making me. No, boo. It's the craving from the thyroid and the thought process of your stress about your weight making you continue to eat, because your thyroid is not eating no sandwiches. Your thyroid is not eating no cupcakes, hot dogs, nor is your thyroid starving itself. That's all your actual actions. So it has to start there. You realizing that not just that you had the power to do, you then have the power to undo. The difference in the do and undoing, no matter how fast you went up the scale, you cannot expect to come down the scale at the same rate. You cannot go up the scale like a microwave and think you're coming down like a microwave. No, you're going to come down more like a crock pot, which is really the purpose of the GLP-1. I'm not sure where we're getting this mentality that the GLP-1 is supposed to help you lose 50 pounds in the month. Where are you getting that from? No research studies of the thousands of people they followed for 72 weeks didn't show that. Nowhere. There is no research study saying that when you get this shot, you're going to lose 100 pounds in the first week. Where did you get that from? That's you bringing your own mess to the medication that was never intended to do that. But because you want something so bad, you're putting all these expectations on everybody but yourself. If you're on the injection and you're not losing weight, you need to be asking yourself what you're doing, not what the injection's doing, because the science study says it works. How much work are you doing? If you're walking around happy that you're losing weight from not eating, wrong mentality. That's not what the research study says. If you're walking around eating slider food because you're a surgery patient and you're on the GLP-1 and you're losing weight and you think, oh my God, I'm getting down, and you're too busy clapping your booty cheeks and looking at side views in the mirror, it needs protein to sustain the weight loss. You have to have the muscle mass for your organs so that when you go into maintenance, the body has already begun to learn how to naturally cut on your metabolism so that you may sustain the weight. Without training your liver, your organs, your metabolism and your hormones to break down food, satiate properly, meaning some of y'all swallowing whole bites of food. Hello, baby. You gotta, it's a whole system. More to the story is you cannot get shortcuts. And some of y'all want so shortcuts so bad that you're not willing to do what, baby, dig deep. I didn't want to either. That's how I gained 389 pounds in 10 months. Because I was too busy calling my lupus, my blood clotting disorder, but I was still eating though. None of them 33 blood clots got up on a plate and ate a sandwich. None of them did. Never one of my strokes, heart attacks, endometriosis, 5 miscarriages, none of them was eating that food. I was. I had to be that raw with myself. My terminal condition, which is horrible. Yes, the medication may cause me to crave, but the medication doesn't make my body get up in the kitchen and go get the food. I do. So therefore, I have to be realistic about me and what am I willing to not do? What am I willing to not buy? What am I willing to give up to gain? What am I willing to hold on to let go? Okay, well, hold on. I don't. Sunflower, can you repeat the question, babe? I'm trying to get the questions out. They're going so fast. Can you talk more about the thyroid? Which part, baby? Tell me what you. This is not medical advice. I need to start saying that. This is not medical advice. Although I have knowledge and license and certifications in a lot of areas, I am not your licensed or certified person in this particular area. Therefore, you and I are talking like two good girlfriends, and I want to give you all the knowledge and information that I've learned over 11 years of being on this journey and looking over thousands and thousands of research studies, going to medical conferences, all types of conferences to further educate myself about obesity and the effects of it. I believe that well before we got to where we are, obesity was a problem. I believe it starts at the birth. I believe that the way that we in America do our children with bottles, propping them up, giving them table foods too soon, having them crave processed foods when it's way too early for them to even have physiological knowledge of what those flavors and tastes are. I've seen 3 and 4 month old babies eating chicken wings that have been fried and processed trans fats and mashed potatoes with real butter when their organs are not even capable of breaking down such strong items at that age. Like there are things that are happening in at birth to our cultures and our generations that's fortifying this idea that black people pass down hypertension, blood pressure, and congestive heart failure. There's actually been no genetic marker that says that there's genetically a sign that for diabetes. They've shown other things in studies. But what happens is people live in the same environment as the person that is diabetic. So they have a propensity for it, meaning they have all the predisposition markers to ultimately end up with that disease. So when people say, my daddy gave me hypertension, no, he gave you the lifestyle, the culture, and the generational guidance for hypertension. But he didn't physically innate in you from his sperm to your DNA hypertension. Does that make sense? So that's the first thing we have to do. We have to first stop speaking defamation and death over our bodies because our parents had it. We then have to stop living in fear that we're going to get it because our parents have it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are y'all following me? Are we on the same page or no? Tap in if we not say that. Okay, so thyroid. I have had a tumor on my thyroid. I don't know. Sometimes you can see it when I turn a certain way. It's right back here. But one of the things that I learned that one of the reasons why I was struggling with my cravings was related to my hormonal release that was directly related to my malfunctioning thyroid, right? So what happens is in your stomach helps release your body altogether, it's a system, certain hormones release for certain activities. So when you have a period, there's a hormone called estrobilone that releases. When you need acid to break down food, there's probiotics, prebiotics, there's poria, there's things that release to metabolize food. When you're under stress, there's a hormone that releases to activate the fight or flight mode. When you are happy, so all these things, there's stuff that's being activated based on what's going on up here, right? So all these systems are working together. So if my thyroid is acting up and it's releasing releasing hormones at the wrong time, say for example, my menstrual hormone has been triggered by the acid in my stomach, then I'm going to have random cravings added to my mental cravings. So now I'm spending 2 and 3 weeks of the month overeating slider foods, cookies, cakes, junk food, but the other 2 months I'm good. I can, if I'm aware, I'm going to track that my behavior is changing if something isn't right. If I don't know what questions to ask my doctor, no one's ever going to be able to tell me why I'm not having a full period, because it messes up your cycles. It makes your cycles be off. Or why you're having some months where you bleed a little bit and not at all, and other months you bleed a lot. If you're someone who has issues with the acid production in your stomach or stomach issues, this can be directly related to that. Do your research. It'll draw a girl, baby. It'll draw you a picture like a diaphragm like you would never seen. Okay, so that's just a good example if that helps you. So when it's malfunctioning, there are things that are real life happening in your body, so you're not crazy. But what's happening is when we get to the doctor, we don't know how to explain to them what's happening to us because no one is talking about it. So when our thyroid numbers come back normal, they say it's not your thyroid. But remember, I said that you can be overproducing acid from something as simple as IBS, and it can be triggering your menstrual cycle hormones such as estrobiolone, forcing into early bleeding. You think something's wrong with your period, while it might actually not. You follow? Is anybody? I know it's a medical doctor or nurse in here right now that can validate what I'm saying. I didn't finish PA school. I didn't even get all the way there, so we ain't gonna act like I'm the doctor. That's not what I'm saying. I'm giving you advice from a friend from thousands. I work with 15,000 people, so I'm not just giving you one case where we've seen this consistent. I'm talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women from all walks of life, all economic, social statuses, and all races. Do you understand? Do y'all understand? Are you with me? Okay, questions. Okay, there was a question up there and it went away. Can you please repeat your question? I'm sorry, baby. It went away before I could get to it. I did not try to do that. Okay, can you give more insight on the importance of fiber, especially with today's food? Well, yes, I sure can. First and foremost, if you're someone who's against supplements, stop. Um, and the reason why I say that is because the food is deficient. It's only so much you're going to be able to do with table food. It's only so much, and that's just the truth. Again, anything I tell you, you're gonna be able to go and grab it up. But one of the most important factors is people are not actually emptying sufficiently, like their bowels. And so the body is deprived on some of these primary nutritional balances and bases, the base that you need for things to work right, right? So fiber, why is fiber is important for way more than pooping, but all y'all think it's for pooping, but it's for way more than that. It helps with muscles and everything. So it's important that we know not just what the doctor tells you fiber do, but you know all the things that fiber do. And here's why it's important when you're on a weight loss and wellness journey. When you are on a weight loss and wellness journey, fiber, potassium, magnesium, and all of the 23 essential vitamins become super uber important because of the level of restricting and modifying in foods you're trying to achieve. Because you are using food and supplements to help fortify the body in order to get the weight off, your vitamins become the most important for the purposes of absorption and nourishment. We're not talking about eating for it to taste good. We're talking about eating for it to provide the proper nutrition and vitamins. Those hormones I mentioned, you actually need fiber, potassium, magnesium, thiamine, biotin. You need all of those things for these things to be working right in the body. So what happens is some people just focus on protein. Did you know protein can make you constipated? So if you're drinking too much protein and you're not eating enough green stuff, still constipated. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to need a digestive doctor to get my gut is off. Actually, you know what? You should start with Quay World. If you feel like it's like all out of whack, I definitely agree with a digestive doctor. But first, start off in your intake. Say, can we please start by getting me a malabsorption and a malnourishment testing, please? I would start there That's going to tell you the best information about your stomach. So the importance about mouth. Okay, so I'm skipping around a little bit. Let me try to get us back together. So fiber, did I get us? Okay, so the reason I'm going to tell you why you're asking for this, so it relates to this fiber question. So it's kind of all good. So I'm going to bring it all together now. When you're losing weight, okay, if you're losing a lot of weight quickly, the body is actually being depleted of the primary nutrition because of the rapid weight loss. Okay, so remember, you're eating less. So when you have rapid weight loss, what's happening and your appetite is being suppressed, you're eating less food. Many of us don't understand. I'll get my phone. Many of us don't. Yes, hold on. Many of us don't understand that if the body is lacking certain nourishments, it can't function right. So here's the first thing about fiber, potassium, and magnesium. The majority of your body is a muscle. Some of your organs are muscles. The things that help with muscles are fiber, magnesium, potassium, and all that other good stuff. Many of us are deficient on 6 of the primary nutrients and vitamins and minerals that the body, Cynthia, welcome in, that the body actually needs to be successful. So what happens when you lose weight rapidly and you restrict your calories so low to lose the weight, you end up also cutting out the nutrition in those calories that you take away, which is why you see a lot of people who lose massive amounts of weight through caloric restriction. Their skin looks sucked in, and they look I think it's called emaciated, where their face looks sucked in because they've lost some of that muscle mass in viscosity in their muscle and body structure from the only because the organs and stuff were being starved as well, because there's no way to starve the fat and not starve the rest of it. Does that make sense? So there's no way for you to starve the fat and not ultimately do a little bit of starvation in the rest of the body. This is why supplements are important, because if I've lowered my caloric intake, let's say down to 1,200 calories a day, I now must be willing to invest in the proper vitamins and minerals to ensure that I don't cut out my nourishment. Are you guys seeing the balance? Do you guys understand what I'm talking about with the balance? Right? So if I know that I'm on a GLP-1, I don't wait till I become constipated. I'm aware that before I started, I had issues with my bowels. So I should already be following a fiber protocol for my body, because I already know that was an issue I had. I don't wait till I start and then say, oh my gosh, I'm constipated from the injection. No, you always had issues, but now you begin to use something that can make it worse. So if you don't have a plan, then you fail. But if you plan to succeed, there's no way you can fail. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when we are going into situations, we want to be more authentic with what we're dealing with at the front gate, so that we don't end up at the back gate with no results. Are y'all following me? If you know you already have nausea, and you start your GLP-1 nauseous, then what should you have been doing before you put your injection in? Huh? You should have been prepping. Don't you know that's what hospitals do with people who have issues with medication? They give them prep. They call it prep medications. I'm a person who's allergic to just about everything. When I'm about to get a medication, they give me what they call a prep. I know there's a nurse or a doctor here, and they know what I'm talking about. All you got to do is apply that same technology, that same theory, that same pressure to you. Hello? You know you have acid reflux. You know you battle with acid reflux your whole life. You know that people have reported symptoms of acid reflux. Why would you wait until the acid reflux got worse for you when you walked in the door with it? Wouldn't we already be wanting to do things that calm our throat down? So shouldn't we be prepping and posting and instead of worried about the scale? Shouldn't we be making sure we can control the symptoms so we get the most effective use of the medication, doing what we're supposed to the stomach to make sure we can absorb the right amount so that it lasts the right amount of time, so when it's time for maintenance, we're not still struggling like we just started on day one? I'm in the wrong program. I'm in the wrong place. I'm talking to the wrong people. You know what? I knew that. That's okay. Let's get to today's reading. I had to plug my phone in because I was told I cannot die on y'all today. It's the only day we really go live for a longer period of time. So I was told, I must be live on all brackets. I am live. I am live and I'm Firewire. I'm on Firewire. Hold on, let me move my picture. It's blocking me. It's blocking my comments. When the picture's down there, y'all actually can't see the comments very well, so I have to move that. All right, Grip, get your book out. And tonight you're going to need your journal. So grab a sheet of paper because tonight you're going to need to answer those questions from yesterday. So I have my journal here. So you should have part 1, which is the book, and part 2, which is your journal. It says our 30 days in. Remember, tap it up if you know why you're here. Tap it up if you know why you're in the building. Remember, this is 30 days in with Coach K. If you're new here, welcome in. You're more than welcome to be here. It's completely free. It don't cost you nothing. You don't have to tap. But if you choose to tap, I appreciate you. But what I do want you to do is if you don't have the book, just grab your pen and a piece of paper. I'll do the reading for you to make sure you can get the blessing. I don't want you to miss this blessing. So if I just popped up on your page, Miss Cat, I'm for you, baby. If this is messages for you, it's not me, it's him. 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 How can I join the 30-day challenge? Coop, I actually sent you a message. If you're talking about this one, are you talking about the 9? You talking about my 12-week program? I'll help you do both. But the 30-day challenge, Coop, all I got to do is get you added to our other Facebook group. And then if you want to do the 12-week transformation, which gets you in the private version of it, all you have to do to join us on the 30-day challenge is post a video saying, Coach K, I'm in, and I'm going to show up for the next 30 days doing one thing intentional. This is our 30-day intentional challenge. And if you would like to join the other challenge that we're doing where we have the 21 days of abundance, 11 days straight, that's the other, you're probably talking about that 30-day challenge because it's 30 days, the first 21 days, 11 days we do a straight, and the 21 days we do an abundance. I bet you're speaking of that one. Okay, I might have misunderstood you, Queen. I'm sorry, Coop. Okay, so that particular challenge, I do have to send you information because that is in our private program. It's part of the 12-week transformation, which is currently only $99. It's only $99 from $2,500. We extended our Christmas special, our New Year special, because we had so many of you ladies wanting to do it, but you needed more time to do it. So guess what I did? I think I want the intentional program. You want okay. So look, this is what it is. Once a day, every day, for 30 days, you are showing up. You're recording it or you're posting it. You can type a post, but you're recording it so that you can see 30 days of you doing something for you. You can choose to drink water. You can choose to walk. You can choose to journal. You can choose to pray. You can choose to serve somebody. You can choose no emotional eating for 30 days. You can choose to walk away from a dessert or snack or something that you know you're overeating. You can choose to maybe go to a self-help meeting for the next 30 days. You can choose to serve at your church, but it must be something that requires your mindset and dealing with your stress. Okay? You're doing these things because what happens is you're teaching your brain that one thing a day keeps the weight away. This philosophy I've been teaching for about 9 years in my intensive outpatient program. And what happens is my women that do one thing a day every day, and I would Queen, Cheryl, welcome in. I think Queen is in the live right now, and she is a good example of what happens when you come into the program and you commit to the journey, the mindset part. And she will tell you that she's adopted the one a day. Grandmother, Shaq has the same way. Mona, the same way. They have found their one thing a day that they do every day. And as a result, the results that they've received from working this program are sustained. And we're talking about sufficient amount of weight loss. But you don't see these ladies posting thousands of before and afters because they grew mindset. So their results are way more powerful than a random person would ever conceptualize because they're no longer codependent, over helper, overdoing, over being, over sacrificing. They're no longer climbing up on that cross and sacrificing themselves, their bodies, their monies, or their mind. They're healing from the roots to the tooth. They're healing from the inside out. They're no longer needing to snack over their kids, not listening, they man, they husband, they boo. They not doing that no more. Everybody's problem is their problem. You know the first thing you learn in my program? Stop meddling. It's so funny how many middle-aged women come to me and think we're going to be on some restrictive diet. And they first day, after their introduction, they open wide up. And they're like, oh my gosh, I've needed this my whole life. Because what's happening is I'm challenging you to look at this situation on the outside, but inside. Because most of what's happening is either environmental pressures, cultural pressures, or generational pressures. Generational, cultural, and environmental obesity. When we identify what type of obesity each individual person is battling through, we then identify their trigger to eating. After identifying the trigger to eating, then we begin to look at what feelings are connected. Carrie, what feelings are connected to it. See, this is more than your body. Oh, your body gonna change over here, baby. Didn't y'all just see me shyly dancing around? Y'all know I ain't no hardcore gym person, child. Y'all know I use a resistance band and vibration plate for over 9 years now. Child, I'm old school. I don't know nothing new. Hi, Ice Boo. Remember, I was doing this before they was shooting it up, cutting it up, and scooping it up. Well, they was cutting it up, but they wasn't shooting it up. So I've been around a while. So they really call me if you ask my girls, they will tell you I'm a maintenance coach. They will tell you that I'm a therapist. Actually, you know what? They wouldn't call you, they would say my therapist coach. Because what happens is I use therapy. I'm a retired professional counselor and clinical coordinator. So I actually use all clinical and behavior modification techniques to help the ladies with the strategies that they create, right? So each woman works with me individually and as a group, right? So we meet as a group 4 days a week, and everybody has their own appointment whenever we've chosen it. And what happens in the group is we create this kind of boat that you kind of are in. And in your one-on-one, we start emptying the boat. So we create the boat and we put everything inside of us in the boat. And then one thing at a time, we take it out and we look at it. Literally. Ask Queen how long she's been with me. While we're taking out these things, we're asking a certain type of question about how it relates to our feelings and food. Here's the connection. Okay. Remember, I told you it's about you learning, but I want you to learn. I can talk to you about calorie count, losing weight, all that all day, but that's not what I'm learning 15 countries for. What I'm known for is what I'm talking to you about, because I can help you lose weight. But I need you to be able to be healthy and keep it off. Because many of us are delusional. We're disillusioned. It's a word I'm trying to say. I can't get it out. Hold on, let me work on it. Sorry, I'm having a moment. I have sometimes when I get worked up, I have the it's happening. Give me a second. It's like a speech impediment from my stroke. Thank you. I've had 3 strokes, so sometimes you can tell. So you just excuse me and let me try to dig in his brain, okay? Hi, Mac. Welcome in, Coop. Thank you so much for having my back. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. We become delusional, y'all. Listen to this. And we get this idea in our mind that our body and the way we eat is separate from the way we think and feel. Yes, falsehood. Thank you, TR. So we end up having this idea that something's going to happen, this magical experience is going to occur, but we haven't done all the work for it to occur. We lose all the weight, get down to a good size, and wonder why we feel like poo-poo in between our ears. Well, you skipped the most important part. You lost 300 pounds and still got low self-esteem, low self-worth, and no confidence. The only difference is you can wear your boobs out, your butt out, and your thighs out. No, we got to do the whole thing. Because if we don't deal with the mindset, did you know you can develop things like BDD? Yeah. Like why you look in the mirror and you still look 600 pounds when you like 115? That's real. You done lost 300 pounds, but it still looks like you weigh 500. Those things are real. They are being initiated from where did I just tell you? Between your two ears. Your body don't got eyes on it. So if you've lost a couple hundred pounds and you look in the mirror and you don't see the weight in which you've lost, guess what? That's upstairs. That's not something. I need to go to gym more. No, but you need a therapist. So you can deal with the body issues that have come from the weight loss. You can't treadmill that out. You can't calorie count that, track it out. When people say, Coach, do you make your clients track? No. Why? That's not rational. I have clients that travel between 7 and 8 states in 1 month. The tracker's probably going to get left in first class somewhere. No. They don't track because they're trained to live a lifestyle where they make smart choices because they change their mindset. When you live a lifestyle of health and wellness and not of dieting, you don't have to get stressed when you travel, when you go to people's house. You don't have to get pressured. You plan to succeed. High School to Barbara, welcome in. Wanda, welcome in. Good to see you. Perpetual Cash, welcome in. You're trained. Someone said that took a lot of discipline. I told them it did. I'm very disciplined, but I wasn't before. I can say no to snacks. I can have snacks in this room all day and all night and not touch it. I can sit around junk food. You can bring stuff in my house. I can say no. I can do it. There was a time when I couldn't. I had to learn that. I had to be willing to tap my way through many days of overeating. I had to be willing to self-soothe many days through anxiousness, grief, loss, depression, divorce, suicide. I had to do that work because in the past I ate over it. Because in the past, sad equaled chewing. Mad equaled chewing. Angry equaled chewing. Happiness equaled chewing. Celebration equaled chewing. So how was I ever going to go to my body and tell it you can't ever eat nothing ever again when everything in my entire existence is wrapped around chewing? I must first learn that chewing does not solve my money problems. Chewing does not solve my man problems. Chewing does not solve my kid problems. Chewing does not solve my God problems. Chewing does not solve my health problems. Chewing does not make that relationship heal. Chewing doesn't take away your SA. Chewing doesn't take away your RAPE. Chewing does not take away the depression. Chewing does not remove anxiety. It just can't. It might seem temporarily free, but baby, she ain't did nothing but lay down and take a nap on you, because the minute something happens and you re-triggered, she's gonna wake up out of the bed in which you put her in and rise harder than she did before. If chewing is my solution for my problems, if chewing is my solution for my emotions, if chewing is my solution for my emotions, this is bigger than the scale. This is bigger than just the weight loss. This is saying that my body requires a certain action in order to feel calm from stress or trauma. And that action is chewing. I got to replace the chewing. I can't just refuse food after 7, calorie count, get on the treadmill, get a weighted vest. I have to do more than that. I need more than that. I need somebody to get with my thoughts. Because see, from young, somebody taught me that when I cry, I should suck on a bottle. And then when I was about 3 or 4, they taught me when I cry, I should eat hot Takis. And then when I was about 5 or 6, when I cry, I should get McDonald's. And then when I was about 8 or 9, when I cry, I should get fried chicken. And then by the time I was 13 and 14, I could get my own food. I was hiding, sneaking, eating, and vomiting. Don't you tell me this thing ain't from the womb. You can't tell me it ain't from the womb. You can't tell me people don't come out with a propensity to be obese based on infancy. You can't tell me the pattern's too real. I watched it. I did it with my own babies. You can't tell me something I've done myself with my children. How many times I propped a bottle under my baby's neck with a blanket to hold it while I went and did what I needed to do as a single little girl, because I was a little child with a child. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? So I can look back to those memories, not knowing anything about anything, but I knew that if I wanted the baby to stop crying while I was getting ready for school, that I had to put a blanket under her neck, because I watched my mama do it. I watched my sisters do it to their baby. So it told me that if the baby is crying, just give it a bottle. Don't go check on it. Don't see if it's wet. Don't see if it's hungry. Give it a bottle. And then, and only then, when I'm done, what I need to get done, I'm going to check the baby and see if she wet and try to figure out why she crying when I'm already filled her with 8 ounces of water, but with 8 ounces of milk. She sleep now. So I don't got no reason to go check her. I'm not coming for nobody's parent. I'm just telling you, if we're wondering where it comes from, I'm asking you to go root deep. I'm asking you to go womb deep. It's deeper than anything some of us can ever wrap our brains around. Yet we out here refusing to accept the truth and the reality that this is bigger than us. This is a God thing. It's not a scale thing. It's not a shot thing. It's not a surgery thing. This is a God thing. Because there's a propensity for obesity from the womb. And until we understand that right there, the problem will always be a problem. It'll always be $1 billion industry. It'll always be a new person that just lost 50 pounds yesterday telling you, let them coach you. I lost weight 11 years ago. Girl, tell me something I don't know. You can't. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I was doing this when none of y'all even cared. I was doing this when some of y'all wasn't even big. Yeah, I said that. I said it. Clock that. While you were on your way to need a weight loss journey, I was already on mine. Understand that. I didn't just wake up yesterday and lose weight and decide I was going to get on an app to tell you how to do it. That's not what happened. My clients told me to get on this old app because they wanted to be able to watch and be inspired on a regular basis. So what I choose to do is to show up, because I never want another person to not have at least a few knowledges to help them get to the access they need to be as successful as me and my people have been. You don't owe me nothing to be here. Not at all. Personally, you don't gotta follow me. It's more work and more responsibility for me having to show up on this app. All these followers, it's more work. And I know you're probably thinking that woman's crazy, but remember, I'm not a content creator. I don't need you to come over and look for my videos. I'm not gonna do very many dance trends or anything. I'm gonna come live. I'm gonna inspire you. I'm gonna tell you how to do better, how to live better, because I'm talking to me first. It's my journey first. It's my journey first. It's my journey first. I'm going to say that 2 more times. It's my journey first. It's my journey first. And then as a result, because I'm bold and I refuse to allow somebody to be at 35 years old, laying in a hospital bed at 592 pounds with 26 people telling you should die because you too big. I refute it. I rebuke it. You better ankle pump and knee raise and arm press your way up out of that bed. Coach, I can't work out, but your arms work, right? Well, yeah, they work. Well, nah, my shoulder's messed up. Can you pick up the fork? See, don't play with me. Play with your cousin. See, remember, I'm a food addict, so I've tried all the excuses possible. I've said all the things possible. Congratulations, Cassie. Hey, baby, how you sexy? I've tried all the reasons possible. What did I jump into? Sexy door. Listen. I can only tell you that because I've been there. Yeah, they would come, the physical therapy would come, and they would give me the stuff, and they would tell me to do the exercise. And when they would come back the next time, I would tell them that I'd been in too much pain to be able to do the exercise, but I wasn't in too much pain to eat them whole pieces. I wasn't in too much pain to restrict my food for 2 days because I got into a fight with my husband. I wasn't in too much, see what I'm saying? I wasn't in too much pain to order that DoorDash. I wasn't in too much pain to sit that bed up and eat all that food that was bringing there to me, but I couldn't work out. Now that's intention and motive, baby. Pick your poison. Pick a side. Pick a side. Coach, I'm not mobile. But if I told you that the hair sale was having sale on your favorite lace front, and they was only $25, I bet you gonna go stand in line. If I told you Walmart's giving out free TVs, starting with your last name, you gonna go from immobile to sitting in line. And with your chair, you gonna take your chair to sit. Why can't you sit in your chair and do it right now? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings because remember, I was hurt too. I'm just telling you ways I stayed in that bed way longer than I had to and the excuses that I lived in and how you have to get out of them because it's a delusion. It's not real. It's not real. It's not. If you can walk from this desk to the chair, then you're not immobile. You have mobility issues. There's a difference. Immobile is when you cannot move your legs and bear weight at all. Some of y'all tell me y'all mobile, and then did y'all know I go to y'all page and y'all done? I go to y'all page and y'all on y'all page like this. But you told me you was immobile. What is what is that? You down there clapping, doing the little majorette dance. What is that? You said you was immobile though. When I doing your intake, you told me that you was stuck in the bed, you was immobile, you couldn't move. But I went on your page, and you on your page, throw it in a circle, throw it in a circle, throw it in a circle, something in a circle, something in a circle. Are you in there? And but you said you was immobile, though, boo. I mean, I'm just saying, I got questions. I don't know if you know, but that's activity. So if you can clap your booty for TikTok, you can't clap your booty for weight loss? No, for real. I'm being so serious. It might mean you like to dance instead of work out, so start dancing. Stop complicating it. Some of y'all think because you can't do a high knee that you can't work out, but you can do this. This is movement right here. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Do you know how many people start off right here in a chair getting their weight loss in? What are you talking about? Okay, coach, I got back pain. What's wrong with your legs? Smack them legs together. Flap them. Flap them. Flap them legs. Let's go. Flap them. Flap them. Coach, I can't, my leg, mama, I got a bad knee. Okay, then you can do some sit-ups. Here we go. What you saying? Coach, it hurts when I do that. All right, then let's go. What we doing? What we doing? Huh? What are we doing? Because I couldn't go to a gym for 2 years. I was paralyzed. So first of all, I did not lose weight in the gym. So you can go ahead and take that myth out of your head. I have a terminal condition, so no, I didn't get any skin removed. I had no help. The only intervention I had was nutritional cleansing and herbs, supplements, and mindset. That's it. That's all. That's all I had at the time. Now, maybe God could have gave me something more, but that's what he gave me, so I worked with what I had. I did not start this journey because I wanted to live. I started this journey because I wanted to die. And I mean it on everything. When they told me I was going to die, I needed to be able to fly home to Kentucky. In order to fly home to Kentucky, my neighbor told me that this nutritional shake would give me more energy. Except what happened is it started healing me. Slow but steady. By the time I got to Kentucky, I was a little bit sicker, but a little bit wiser. So what was happening is as the nutrition was starting to heal me, my mindset started to change. But I was still sick. I was still eating. And I was still addicted. So no matter how slow the weight was coming off, I was still addicted to chewing. So it didn't matter that I was already in a caloric deficit because I was addicted to chewing and I was suffering from severe loneliness and abandonment trauma in my nervous system. I couldn't stop eating at night. Now that's a whole nother lesson. That's a whole nother class. You're going to have to pay for that because people pay a lot of money to learn about their bodies. But Isagenix, I use the Isagenix Isopro and Isagenix Isoline. You can get it from anywhere they sell it. You ain't got to get it from me. This is not a promotional anything, okay? But that is what I still use to this day. I can go upstairs right now, and in my family, all my family uses it. We all use it because they've all watched me, and they've all had their own journeys. So if you're familiar with Isagenix, yes, I'm the black girl in all the magazines, on the billboard, the one at the building. Yes, that's me. That's my story. I'm the one that lost over the 400 pounds, and I've kept it off all this time. I still use the shakes to this day. My sister buys them. I use her shakes when I'm here in town. When I'm at home, I use mine. I'm mostly been in New Jersey, so I use my shakes under my sister. And my mom uses all the products. She uses the NDA, the Ionics, the Cleanse for Life, the Zenga, the shakes. My mom uses all the stuff because that's how we've been able to help my mom's health turn around, is we actually use the same products on my mom that were used on me to get me out of that bed. So I don't talk about it a lot, but last year in January 18th, I flew home to New Jersey. My mom had just came out of the hospital. She was really ill. And by the grace of God, I came home, me and my sister, we teamed up, we did some research, we talked to a couple herbalists, and we spent 6 months doing the same herbal protocol with my mom every day. And as a result, my mom is up talking crazy, living her best life. She's, it's still a little, there's some stuff, but the things that we were going back and forth in hospitals and all that, it's over. We've spoken against it, and it has not happened again. So we know that when the body gets nourishment and nutrition, it can do better. But most of the time, many people aren't actually getting nourishment, and they're not getting any nourishment. So when we're eating, a lot of times we're eating to feel good, not to fuel good. So our choices are based on our eyes and our taste buds, not on our actual body's caloric need and nutritional need. Because if that's the case, many of you will stop eating the breakfast choices you're making and put something more valiant in your bodies. You continue to eat things that make you sleepy, drowsy, and lethargic by noon out of habit or out of cost, but you're not understanding those feelings are only coming from the choice of nourishment that you're choosing for your body to process early in the morning. When you break your fast, which is what breakfast is after you slept overnight and went into REM sleep, when you break your fast for breakfast, it actually should be high powered protein to give the body energy, nourishment, and give it fortified nutrition to thrive off of first thing in the morning. Especially if you're someone who intermittent fasting, people don't really know how to do it right, but especially if you're someone who's intermittent fasting is with intention. Starving without a goal is like people say, "Oh, I'm fasting." Fasting without a focused goal is starvation. I don't know. So you really want, if you're intermittent fasting, it's not just I'm gonna wake up and drink water all day and coffee all day and not eat nothing. That's actually not intermittent fasting. And if you're drinking coffee with creamer, you're not fasting, because use dairy requires that you use your digestive system. And the point of fasting is that the digestive system, yeah, because it's to allow the body to utilize what's in there, right? So if you're fasting and then you put creamer in the coffee, the dairy in the coffee kind of takes your, because it's black coffee. Black coffee is what you can fast. Y'all know that, right? So if you're drinking a protein shake in the morning and saying you're fasting, you're not fasting. You activated your metabolism with the protein shake. No? Okay, you know what? Never mind. Tomorrow, let's get our reading done. Here we go. We've been on for the hour and 30 minutes, you guys. I'm sorry, not an hour and 30 minutes. I'm wrong. We've been on for the 57 minutes, it says on here. So we only get an hour and 10 minutes. It's Sunday, so let's get into our reading. Yeah. Tess, hi, babes. You guys, I'm so sorry. When I take these glasses off, y'all know I can't see worth a nickel. Hold on. Here we go. Cassie, thank you. Nayali, if you lost weight through caloric deprivation and the skin is extremely saggy from starving the body or from like surgery, it's more difficult to treat that skin versus someone who loses the weight more slow and consistent over time, because the elasticity is lost in the fat. And when the body is losing the weight, it's actually losing the elasticity, which is a lot different when the body is losing weight and it's actually being fueled with the nourishment to sustain the elasticity and the viscosity of the muscle. So what ends up happening, what you want to do to your skin, if it's a lot of, I know, babe, I got you. Hold on now. Let me tell you some of the things you can do, Ladybug. Just relax, be easy. Now, we ain't going to be able to get rid of all of it, but we're going to be effective. And one of the most important things to all my new weight loss journey people, do not wait to start lotioning, massaging, and doing skin therapy. If you're wondering what it is, look it up. It's easy. It's actually treating the skin in a circular motion to reactivate the lost blood flow in the saggy skin. Can you rejuvenate all saggy skin? No. Which brings me to this subject. I'm sorry, but now let me hold some of y'all saying, when you go get your skin removal surgery and they take off like 50 pounds, Stop adding it in your weight loss goal. That's not fair to the queens that's following you, that's looking to you for advice. You need to say, I lost this much and then this much with plastics. Because that's very misleading. I had someone reach out to me who was devastated by one of y'all creators. Please don't do that to them, because it makes it difficult for the person, because they're believing that you've done all this, and then you say later, oh no, I lost, they took, I had surgery too. So we want to just be really clear. That's why you often hear me clearly state, I lost my weight up to 479 pounds naturally, and I recently started the GLP-1. I don't want people to think you lose 479 pounds taking that injection. I don't know that. I don't know that that's possible. That's not what happened. That's not my story. I don't want to leave nobody. Yeah, it's called lying, right? Sting like a bee. I don't want to do that. It ain't fair. That's not fair to you that's looking to me for feedback and support. That's not right. Because now I'm telling you that all I did was cut calories, don't eat after 7, and go to the gym. When I know goodness well I got scars on me, the doctor's so good here. No, it's so what we want to do is say, I did 289 pounds before, and then after my plastics, I dropped an additional 55. Go me. It's still your win, boo. But what you want to do is be clear, so you don't have queens out here struggling with their journey, following yours, and they think you lost all 350 doing this system, this same thing, and they're out here killing themselves in the gym so they can achieve a look that you were able to go pay for. It's true. Cool. Transparency is important. Why y'all think I tell you I ain't got no? I'm not wearing no girdle. I don't want you to think I got no girdle on. That's not fair to you. This my skin second under there. That's my skin sitting on the top of my fizzy thigh. Yes, I can see my boom boom, but I do have a little lip now. I'm not gonna sit and tell you I don't. And if I have on a girdle, I'm gonna tell you that too. Why? Because if you see my body and it's looking a certain way, I don't want you to look at me and think, oh, I want to get my body where Coach is, and then we know Coach done had 75 pounds of skin cut off. No, unfortunately, I can't get any skin removed. I do have some skin now. It just looks like I don't, boo. Okay, I have on a with them bras that don't got a thing. So if I come, I always like to show you. I'll just show you my legs if that helps. See, I have a little. I don't have the, how some women have the. I don't have any of that though. I don't want to get too high. I don't have any of, the tuk-tukus. I don't have any of that. But again, let me tell you some of the things I did. And you called it the baloney. I don't have the. I don't know what that thing is in the middle. No, I haven't had surgery. Nope, no surgery. I have a blood clotting disorder. I can't have any forms of surgery. All natural. So some skin, you're going to have some skin, but there's several things you can do. You probably heard women talking about skin wrapping. Skin wrapping is common, and it does actually help with some of the elasticity when you start early. How did you do that? I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you. So I did used to wear thigh wraps and arm wraps in the beginning of my journey. For the first 2 years, I did wear wraps. Now, part of that was because I was partially paralyzed, so I had to wear the wraps, but I did wear the wraps. If you have big lower calves, don't be scared, but get your butt some compression socks, because it helps with the extra skin that you can get on your calf and around your knee area. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? It actually can help. But there's a couple of things you want to do to the skin to help it do a little bit. And it can't do all, but there's one weird thing that starts to happen when the body is getting enough nourishment and you treat the skin. The skin will start to look more supple and soft. It won't, sometimes when you see the skin, it looks dry and brittle when it's loose and saggy on some people. And then other people, it's real supple and soft. You can actually tell the difference in their nourishment at that point. So, girl, I can tell from your neck you have work. Anna, okay, whatever you say, are you gonna pay for it? If you're gonna pay for it, of course I'll get it done. No, I can't. I have a blood disease. Nope, I'm sorry, love. I know that you needed to be there, and God bless you. I'm so sorry your poor heart is in disbelief and you can't believe in the power of God. I pray that you find God and you sacrifice and give your life over to Him so that you can believe in the miracles that He's carried out in my life. God bless you, beautiful. But thank you for asking, though, or if that was a question. Thanks for asking. But nope, no work done. You don't see that part? Ooh, for lack of knowledge, the people, for lack of knowledge, the people perish. Ignorance is such a big key here. All right. Okay, keep going questions. I lost over 90 pounds and my thighs are okay. So what I was saying, look, you can do a few things. It may not help them all the way, but you can make the skin look a little more attractive and a look more. Can you handle her, please, and look a little more attractive? So what I want you to do is look. I don't know how they're doing them now, but I use. Let me tell you what I use, and you can decide if it's what you want to do. It's old school. It's nothing fancy, but I'm sure now they have all these fancy things that you actually can put on your skin, right? They actually have skin wrap. Now, the skin wrapping tape. So on my legs, because I had clotting disorder, we actually use compression socks. Our thigh highs. Do you guys know what thigh highs are? So you're gonna use a lotion called Advanced Spa Clinical off of I can't tell you from where, but from that one place that delivers the same day, and it comes in a white bottle with a purple label. Cause I can't get it. Ashley, I can't get it. You know what? So I gotta be careful. So you're gonna rub it in, and then you're gonna use a little bit of coconut oil and castor oil, and you're gonna put the socks on. That's for the lower. For your thighs, you're gonna get thigh wraps or wide band exercise tape. Okay, okay, and you're gonna do the same massaging, and you're gonna wrap it loosely, and you're gonna work for 2 to 4 hours, and then take off. The other thing you're going to do that I did was I used a vibration plate 30 minutes a day and drink detox tea. The recipes on my page in the video. Okay. So you're going to do 10, 10, 10 on the plate, drink the tea 20 minutes before the plate, do the plate, and wrap the legs before. Wrap the legs, drink the tea, get on the plate. Okay. I'm giving you the whole thing. Because look, here's the importance. You gotta nourish that skin if you're trying to absorb it. So you need to be doing things that promote like collagen and elasticity production in the body. If you're deprived, you have to add those things. So this is where you're gonna start taking your collagen. That lotion I mentioned is actually got collagen in it. Okay. You want because if you can't get rid of all the skin, you can improve the appearance of it so that it looks good for your eyes to see. Do you understand? So it can look good for your eyes to see. We first working on improving the appearance. The next thing is you need to be consistent and intentional about doing the proper movements for the body parts in which you want to try to absorb that skin so that those muscles under the skin actually got something to work. Oh, I have the Marriott Slim plate upstairs, and then I have the bigger plate at home. Queen Bee, okay, thank you, goodness, because this MSG is too, oh, okay, I'm sorry, guys, if I'm missing something. Is the liquid, no, it's not liquid collagen, baby, it's lotion. Is the liquid collagen good? The vitamins I take have collagen, so I don't know. I use NAD peptides, so I take injection once a week for my NAD peptides, and then I take this other capsule which is NAD. So my vitamins are it has collagen in it, so an MTC oil. So I actually don't know about the liquid collagen. I can ask if any of my girls have tried it and get their feedback if you want me to. My girls are very, very open. We are into all naturals. We don't deny nothing in our program. We ain't like that. This is not like one thing about my space. This is not the berry space, the VHG space, the natural space, the GLP-1 space. No, this is the wellness space. You come over and ask your questions. If I know the answer, what? What's going on? Okay, y'all get it. Y'all just tell me. So don't feel like you can't ask the questions, okay? Okay, the lotion again. It's advanced pharmaceutical. It's advanced spa clinicals. Let me see. TR, do you think if I showed it, it will get me in trouble? Hold on, let me ask my mod. Because it's gonna show up as my last purchase. Because it's what I purchased. Okay, just I won't say. Okay, hold on. I'll even walk away and come back. Okay, y'all ready? So it doesn't give me a you know what we're trying to avoid. So just go with it. It has a purple logo and Advanced Clinicals. I'm working really hard, you guys. Y'all have no idea how this rhythm gets us. I'm not gonna let it get us. We've had 4 days with no, so we're not gonna. There we go. We're done. So we've been told we can't talk about it no more. So it means our warning's out. So we're done with that part. Okay. So you have to DM me to get it because we gotta stop getting in trouble or they're gonna take our access. Because I keep getting caught up. Cece. Okay. So look, rub, wrap, drink, ride. You got it? Rub, wrap, drink, ride. And just like anything else, give yourself 30 to 90 days. That jar I showed you should last you 3 months. You're only using a little bit because remember you're putting your coconut and castor. Okay. Advance. Can you show the wrap and the drink? Okay. I can show you the detox tea. Nyla, you might have to. I think that one's gonna have. It has links on it. If I show that one, that's what one got us in trouble last time. Nyla, if you message me, I'll send you the PDF. It doesn't let me send the PDF. I'll send you both links to the detox tea. There's 3 different versions because one of them is budget conscious for people who might not be able to get the cleanse and ionic spring, and then one of them is from has Von B tea in it, which is this tea I like. So there's 3 variations, and you can pick the one that suits your budget best. And the reason why I do that because I don't want people to not get access to stuff because of budget. I started my journey in hospital bed and hospice on disability, and I know what it's like to be retired, living off the monies that you, your retirement disability from being terminally ill and having to build your way back up. And I know for many people, in the situations like that, you can't always put money towards your health and wellness, although we really should make a way so we can make more money. But anyways, more to the story is I don't want you to walk away from this moment thinking, oh, I can't afford anything because I don't have money. Everything doesn't cost money. Some things are actually free. You don't have to go to my website or nothing. If you want the recipe and you follow me, I can message you. The reason why you gotta be following me because I'm a business account. It won't let me message you if we don't follow each other. That's why I follow y'all back when y'all say y'all want something, so that I can make sure I can give it to you without a bunch of issues. You following me? So because there's so many natural herbs in our houses right now that will help many of us on our wellness journeys, but nobody is telling that. They want you to get. I'm not saying I have digital books. I have all of that. I've been in business for 11 years. This is 2026. I started in 2016, so you do the math. But what I'm explaining to you is some things are already in your house. All I'm telling you is how to use them in a system to make them work. The reason why I want them to be accessible, because if you start and you can't continue something, you need a variation where you can stay sustainable. Okay? So the tea variations give you the original recipe, which I started with 11 years ago. It gives you the regular recipe, which is straight from your groceries. It's herbs in your kitchen. And then it gives you a recent version that last year in January, I found a tea that had all the ingredients that was organic and natural. I purchased it, and then I added the other 2 to it, and that became the 2. Yes, the sugar addict. This actual tea can help you, babe. So it's in your. I wasn't even saying anything. Can you guys share the live for me? It got me, TR. Do you mix the oils with the cream? Yeah, because remember castor oil has a property in coconut oil. I would say do either or. Like on my stomach, I did the castor oil because that really helps in that region. And then on my legs, I actually use coconut oil. And that's what I have after here, just to show you that I'm not just telling you something I don't do. Where's my little... I actually brought it to my sister's because I'm actually traveling. And I have it in these little squeeze bottles because the jar is big. and then I have my oil and my oil here. So I mix them and rub them. Everything I tell y'all to do, I actually do. Not well. No, if you're not working out, no, no. This is actually it's called training your skin. I've never wrapped it, but now I'm working out. So I don't know. Maybe try Naya. Is it Nayali? Nayali? No, how you say your name, babe? Maybe try it and tell me. Because I only have wrapped with plastic when I was working out. I've never rubbed it and wrapped with the the wide band wrap tape. Um, Nay Ali, Nay Ali. I've never tried it with. I don't know. Should we try? Well, if it doesn't feel, if you're not getting blood flow, you don't want to restrict them with no blood flow. And since one band is on, just if you add plastic for the point of producing moisture so that the lotion can go into the skin deeper, I get that. That does make sense by opening up the sweat capillaries. I I just don't know, since our goal is blood flow, with the first massaging and then wrapping it and then getting on the plate, activating the lymphatic system. I don't know. Plastic could work. I've never done it. You should try. Will you tell me? Will you tell me? Because I've only wrapped for workouts, okay? I'm not saying I don't plastic wrap. I just only done it when I like cardio, resistance, strength, weight. So we can see. Let's do it. It can't hurt nothing. Okay, okay. See, I have a candidate to try. Woo woo. All right. Did I miss any comments? Y'all got me? My mods got me. I didn't miss anything. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. We're at our hour and 15 mark right now. All right, I'm going to just cut that volume down for us a little bit. Okay. As you remember yesterday, you were given two questions, and one question was, I wanted you to really look at your prayer life and if it was lame and are needed change. Are you praying bold prayers? Have you played it safe? Have you spent majority of your time playing it safe when you go to God in prayer? And that's what we're talking about. Hi, Silent Lady. Welcome in, beautiful. Good to see you. Joe's Angels, welcome in. Okay, so because we're doing dangerous prayers and we're challenging our prayer life and how we communicate with our high power, yesterday we read Search Me, section 1.1 in our book by Craig Groeschel. You're so welcome, beautiful. Thank you for being here. Next, we did Truth or Dare. We're on 1.2. So I'm just gonna tell you what I wrote under my statement. I'm gonna go back because what we was doing before was we would read back a little bit. So I'm gonna read the last paragraph, no problem. Thank you for helping us. You're so welcome, beautiful. So I'm gonna go back to read that last paragraph to catch us up, and that's what we'll do each day. We'll catch up a little bit for the newbies, so they may not know what we're on. So if you're new here, yesterday we made an agreement. All of us that were here, okay, baby, welcome in, Loretta. We made an agreement, y'all. Lady V, you're officially in the agreement. We made an agreement that we would cry out to God. And we would ask God to do what? Do y'all remember what I asked? We was asking God to do, or do I need to show y'all? Because y'all know me. Do y'all need me to remind y'all that we asked God to do? To search us, break us, and then send us the 3 dangerous prayers. Do we remember? Legacy, welcome in. Queen, welcome in. Do we remember? Do you remember that, Queen Sunshine? How are you doing, beautiful? We decided that we were not only going to ask God to search us to see if our prayer life was lame, but that then we would pursue it and ask Him to break anything, search our hearts. And if there is anything in our hearts, any unjust way, that He would then break those things. And then after He break those things, we agreed that we was going to go on a journey and ask God to send us somewhere. So we said, hey, God, search us, find all of it, take it all out. Whatever's stopping me from being more connected to you, being more open to you, communicating with you, trusting you when it comes to this food thing, take it away. Then we said, okay, God, and while you're in there, break any bondages that this food has on me, any strongholds. If food has become my God and I have not noticed it until this very moment, God, I need you to break that. I need you to remove it out of me, remove it from me. If somewhere along the line I've come up with the conclusion and the illusion that food was going to make me free, food was going to pay my bills, food was going to make me safe, food could marry me, food could be my man, food could save my children, food could save my job. I became delusional. So we asked God to then break it. And then we said, once you breaking it and you taking it all away, send me on the path in which I'm supposed to be on. We said, search us, break us, and then send us. So finishing off from where we asked that to be done, as we jump into the end of part 1.1 and we head over to 1.2 with Pastor Craig. Hey, Life Official, welcome back with Pastor Craig. It says you don't have to look far in Psalms to see the honest cries from the heart of David. He questioned God. He complained to God. He petitioned God. From the depths of his soul, David cried out to his heavenly Father, asking, how long, Lord, will you forget me? How will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts? And day after day, thank you, baby, for handling that. Cassie won't let me see it. It already gave us a red thing. That's why I was asking y'all to start sharing the live. They gave us a red boy, y'all. They did us in, gave us a red boy anyway. Even though I didn't say anything, they still got me. Okay. How long, Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts, and day after day have sorrow in my heart? How long will my enemy triumph over me? But I am afraid many of us aren't comfortable praying openly and freely like David did. That's what he said. He said, we assume there's a right way or better way or a more eloquent way to pray. We tend to stumble into ruts and pray for the same thing over and over. We get bored with our prayers. And if we get bored praying, then I wonder if we're really praying at all. All right. 1.2, truth or dare. Praying is sacred communication, the language of longing, a divine dialogue between you and your heavenly Father. Your Abba, your daddy. When you pray, the God of the universe listens. And not only does he listen, but he also cares about what you have to say, about the things you carry around in your heart that no one else knows about, maybe even things you don't know about. God wants to hear you and speak to you. He wants to communicate with you the same way you sit across from a loved one and enjoy an intimate conversation. Your prayers matter. How you pray matters. What you pray matters. Your prayers move God. We're told in the Bible that we can come boldly to the throne of our gracious God. Hebrews 4:16. We don't have to approach timidly or feel awkward. We can come before him with confidence, assurance, and boldness. When we pray this way, then we will receive his mercy and we will find grace to help us when we need it most. Should I read that part again? Because remember, you're supposed to be answering my question in the chat. Have you noticed do you feel like your prayers were lame? Yes or no in the chat. Do you feel like you were praying bold prayers prior to us doing this challenge? Yes or no in the chat. Do you feel like you play it safe when you talk to God? Okay, here's the bold one. When was the last time you talked to your body about this food thing? Okay, silent lady, we would love to join us. I come live every day. Prayers were not named just for everyone else. Cassie, we talked about yours. We talked about how hard you prayed for everybody else and forgot yourself. We did share about that. We indeed did. Prior to this challenge, I do not feel like my prayer was bold. I don't, Regina. I'm with you. I don't. I feel like I played it safe. As a matter of fact, I feel like even though I have the gift of tongues and everything, I still felt like I was not boldly crying out, calling out the things in which I needed God to do for me. On the Zion, opulent, on the Zion, they gave me a red mark, so I can't say much. I can't say much. That's why we got to keep tapping the like button. If we tap the like button, share, and do FYP in the chat, it takes away the red thing. But they definitely ready to flag the show. I can show it, but I can't say it. They doing me dirty. Yep, they doing me dirty, y'all. They doing me dirty. We got this, though. We going to push on through. We not even going to let... It's, you know what, sometimes I really believe that when you doing something good that's going to bless people, you pray both, and that's going to bless people and help them come closer in their walk, and it has nothing to do with you. I do believe like weird things, like we got a warning at the wrong time. You should have been warning us 40 minutes ago. We ain't talking about that no more. Nuts. So anyway, let's go. I'm gonna read that again because I need you to understand. Because Regina, me and you in the building together, I think Queen was like, yep, yep, yep. I think about 10 of y'all say yep, 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 right? I'm gonna read it again, but just that part where it says God wants to hear you and speak to you. He wants to communicate with you the same way you sit across from a loved one and enjoy intimate conversations. How many times have you went to pray to God and been afraid to pray out everything that was in your heart or mind? Thank you, Cassie. I feel like my prayers are playing safe, and sometimes I feel like my prayers are boring. Me too, Lady V. Me too, lady. Look, today when I was praying, y'all, I had to intentionally be bold. The silent lady, I had to intentionally be bold. I had to. Because I could hear myself. I was like, oh my gosh, this is what the book is talking about. I ain't going to even lie, y'all. I call myself like, Father God, thank you for waking me up and blessing me with the ability to breathe and see. Thank you for your grace and your mercy. I'm so grateful for all that you've done for us, God, Father God. You didn't have to do it, Father God, how you woke people up all over the world. And I realized, Kenya, he already know you grateful for that. You tell him every day. Talk about something else today. You got serious stuff on your heart. You giving him this prayer when you got serious concerns in your life you need to be talking to God about. And you spending your whole prayer this morning telling God to thank him for something he was going to do anyway. Of course the sun was going to come up. I'm praying God for the sun. Of course it was coming up. He ain't told us it wasn't. He going to tell us when it ain't coming. We're going to get the signs. You see what I'm saying? So I had to really check myself, because in that moment, I realized exactly what Pastor Craig is talking about. When you've had a long-term relationship with God, you can become so comfortable in the blessings and the prayer that you don't even realize you are not praying boldly. I'm going shopping for her stuff, even though they are saying that saying she may not make it. Yep, Cassie. Yep. So you begin to see, wait a minute, am I really playing it safe? Or how about the fact you'll be praying, oh God, you might be praying, thanking God for waking you up. You need money for the rent. The kids is not doing good in school. You stressed, your husband's stressing you out, and you thanking God for waking you up and putting food on the table. We don't want to add them other 6 things in there so we can just be reminded that we need him to do that too. They say we could pray often and eat communion often. Did y'all? It said often as you can. I don't care if I talk to God about my business and want to expand it 1,000,000 times. I'm still talking to him about it. God, I need more staff. I want more. I want to help more women in more countries. But if we don't have more bilingual, we can't do that. What are you doing, God? What you put it on my heart. You don't be giving me nothing you can't handle. You done gave me something you can handle. Then where's the destiny helpers to make this happen? Because I don't know what I'm doing in that area. I can't speak nothing. I can barely speak the English you done gave me. You understand what I'm saying? So it has to be God's dream. It can't be mine. It has to be his. Because what? How am I gonna say in Chinese you won't lose weight? No, I'm not gonna be able to do. I probably telling people you big or something by accident. So see, when God gives you a vision that's bigger than your own capabilities, your own actual knowledge, skills, and abilities, it's got to be a way. Are we asking Him to send those destiny helpers to ensure that His calling, which He put on your life, comes to fruition, and you get out of yourself and get more into Him, so that the destiny helpers can find you? Okay, I'm back to the read. Your prayers matter. How you pray matters. What you pray matters. Your prayers move God. Okay, I'm gonna skip that, and then I'm gonna go back to that other section on the next page. Right, I'm gonna play around with you a little bit. I'm gonna play around with you. I'm gonna play around with you a little bit. Okay. When we pray this way, then we will receive His mercy and we will find grace to help us when we need it most. Hebrews 4:16. Do you need grace in your relationships with other people? Question 1. Do you need mercy for all the secret things you struggle with? Question 2. Welcome in, Pittsburgh. Do you need help to get through your day? Question 3. I do, in big ways, every day and in every way. I need grace in my relationships with other people. I need mercy for all the secret things that I struggle with. I need help to get through every day in every way. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? So let me share this, he says. He says, let me share something that's helped me grow some spiritual muscle in place of those wimpy prayers my friend pointed out. They are simple, 3 prayers drawn from the Bible that you can pray and make your own. By this, I simply mean you can pray them in your own words, allow them to rise up to the heaven even as they sink into your bones. They're tools for focusing your prayers and communication with God. But I must warn you, they're not safe prayer. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Am I read that right? No, I'm in the right section. Okay, he says it again. He says it again. But I must warn you, they're not safe prayers. They're not benign or polite or tepid. You can't just memorize them in hopes of a warm, fuzzy moment with God. They're prayers that require faith, courage. They ask you to risk. They're almost guaranteed to push you out of your comfort zone, to stretch you, to help you grow. My phone is dying. Thank you. I'll come try. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. If I'm still here, yes. To help you grow righteously, uncomfortable. They will require you to look deep within yourself, to stop pretending about certain. This is for somebody. Tomorrow is Monday. It will be the evening. It won't be this early. It'll be more like 7:30 or 8. Because I have different days, different times. The time zone is East Coast. East Coast and Arizona. He said the pray. Okay, here it goes. They will require you to look deep within yourself, to stop pretending about certain aspects of your life, to be honest with yourself before the one who knows you better than you know yourself. Okay, I'm read it again. They will require you to look deep within yourself, to stop pretending about certain aspects of your life, to be honest with yourself before the one who knows you better than you know yourself. These prayers may melt your heart and open an awareness of sin in your life. They may feel compelled to take a bold step of radical faith. You may feel compelled to take a bold step of radical faith, trusting God as you follow Him and go off script from the predictable pattern of your life. You will likely be challenged to leave spiritual safety, comfort, and convenience behind you. You will likely be challenged to leave spiritual safety, comfort, and convenience behind you. Instead of a safe, all about me prayer, you might pray for others first, hurting for them, hoping for them, reaching out to God on their behalf. Instead of asking for protection and safety, you might ask God, you might ask what God wants you to do and where he wants you to go. Rather than always asking him for more, you might praise him for all the blessing he's already poured into your life. Recognizing all these blessings, you might then reach out and bless someone else. Instead of just checking a box, your prayers might actually change eternity, shaking hell, scaring demons, and enlarging heaven. Okay, now I'm about to die. Let me hurry up. God promises if you call out to him, God assures that he hears the cries of your heart. Your prayers become dangerous, but following Jesus was never supposed to be safe. That was you that thought that. That was you that came up with that. That was you that put that on God. That was you that manifested that. He never said following him was safe. He never said you would not have pain, worry, stress, or drama or trauma if you trusted him. He never said taking on him as a part of your everlasting life meant pain free. He never said that. He said within anything you go through, there will be peace beyond all understanding. He never said following him was safe. The Bible even showed us that following him wasn't safe. And then he went around and told us it wouldn't be safe. So why do we have a delusion that we only need to pray safely for God to move? We need to be as dangerous as us following him is. Boldly, aggressively, crying out, seeking him, asking, take this away from me. Father God, you've enlarged my financial territory. Take the issue of food from me. Take the bondage of food from me. Take the bondage of craving from me. Take the bondage of food noise from me. Take the urge from me. Take the restriction from me. Take the grooming from me. Take the dieting mentality from me. Take it from me, Lord. Stop me from jumping from diet to diet. Stop me from jumping from thing to thing. Help me jump into you, Lord. I don't need another program. I need more of you. I don't need another meal plan. I need more God. I need a God plan. God, I've tried it in my body. Get to me in my mind. I've tried it in my body. God, body, get to me in my mind. I've tried it in my body. God, get to me in my mind. I'm doing all the body things, God, but my mind, God, but my mind, but my mind, but my mind. I surrender it. Take it away from me. Take any connection, any chewing, any tasting, any feelings, any crunching, any urges. Take it, God. Take it. We're not doing that. Oh, God, I want a house. Help me get my savings for my house. Oh, God, I want a car. Help me. And yet we are mobile. How about God help these legs work? God, I defy everything, every diagnosis, every doctor has ever given me due to this obesity. I will not die from obesity. Obesity shall not take me out. I shall not be die like my mother in my father's house. I shall not be cursed by my mother's and father's choices health-wise. I shall not own this. This is not my birthright. This was not written down in the book of me. I refuse it. I rebuke it. I take it off of me. I am not the big funny friend no more, God. I'm the healthy friend, God. I take it away. I don't want it. I want my body to move. If my children are caught up, I want to be able to chase them. If somebody snatch my baby, I want to be able to run after them. If something is going down, I want to be able to save mine. If the car don't work, I want to be able to get down on the ground and fix it. If something's wrong with my babies, I want to be the one that they look up to. I want them to see me saving them. I don't need no strangers to intervene. I want to be able to intervene. I said what I said. I said what I said. You can BBL me, flat stomach me, all you want to. But if I can't grab my children in the midst of a storm, if they come in here and shoot this place up, can I get to my babies and grab them and jump on top of them? See, I'm no longer willing for my health to stop me from being able to take my seeds, protect my seeds. I'm no longer willing for my obesity to slow me down because a kidnapper don't give a damn about how cute you are in your plus size outfit. Talk about it. Let's be about it. The man looking for the little girls in the market, you can't even chase him. You're not even paying attention. See, we need to talk about the real things. See, we so caught up if we look good and what type of confidence we got. There's something bigger going on. Way bigger. way bigger. But I don't want to cause no problems because I can't fight. All I can tell you is that I was big, sick, and stuck in the upstairs bedroom of my daughter's home. I have 4 grandchildren. I was the babysitter. I couldn't get up out of that bed. I couldn't walk. I couldn't move. I was spending all my time eating and drinking even then, and I had already began to lose weight, but the devil was a liar even in that moment. One day, laying up in that very room, I realized that as the babysitter, because my grandchild left something on the stove downstairs, I could smell the smoke. I could hear some type of crackling and popping, but because of my weight, I couldn't get to my baby. See, you don't know what it is until you there, until you in that thing. If my oldest grandchild had to come in from outside playing, I couldn't get from the top of the steps to the bottom of the steps to get the 3 little ones that were in my daughter's room in the back room sleep. They would have burned up. That was between me and the kitchen, but I couldn't get downstairs. You can't tell me I don't know fear about obesity. See, you won't know about it until you lived it. You don't know about it until you've lived it. I couldn't get down the stairs. It wasn't because I was medically sick. It's because I was too big. And it took me a long time to get each step, one step at a time. It wasn't that I couldn't get down the steps. It's the amount of time it took me to get down the steps. See, I wasn't thinking about that when I was walking around in my Coach sandals and my Coach outfits with my Gucci bags and my Fendi shoes. And I wasn't worried about that until I had to be worried about that. And I never want that feeling again. That something preventable is unpreventable based on the mere size of my body, which I have control of. See, today I know I had control over it. See, today I know that my behaviors was why I stayed where I was. It wasn't no matter. I got terminal conditions. Every condition you probably done had, I done probably had too. And what I can tell you is none of them was making me sit up in that bedroom and binge eat but me. None of them was making me put down gallons of vodka but me. See, I refuse to sit around and continue to say that this is an outside thing. This is an inside thing. This is an inside job, and it must require inside work. The longer you think this is an outside thing, you're going to stay stuck on the outside of that thing. But the minute you discover that this is an inside God job, self-will alone will not help you win this battle. Self-will alone will not help you win this battle. This battle is deeper than self-will. This is about willingness. This is about surrender. This is about motivation. This is about willing to show up when no one else is. When it is snow on the ground and rain outside, you're the one in the gym when there's nobody else there. You understand what I'm saying? When everyone else is on vacation and they're on holiday, you're where you need to be. When everyone else is snacking it down and showing the photos of all the snacks and candies and cakes they eating at holiday parties, you got your boiled eggs, your almonds, your word turkey, your string cheese. Because see, you don't take a holiday from your healthness. You don't take a vacation from being healthy. I don't know where y'all get this thing from talking about something I fell off. How do you fall off your health and wellness journey? You can't fall off of something that you are required for the rest of your life. That's how I know many of y'all are on diets. That's the only thing you can fall off of is a diet, a pathway to die. That's why you're falling off, because you fall off from dying and try to go live again. That's what you're out here doing. The insanity of all of it. It's crazy because when you think about it, at the end of the day, it's not sustainable. Anytime you got to fall off a wagon and get back on it every single weekend, you fall off on Friday and get back on Monday, baby, you need to get another wagon. Your wagon's broke. It's not doing you a good job, because if your cravings get so bad only because the 8 to 5 clock stop, baby, that's not your body. That is your mind. You need to look at what they call non-busy social eating on the weekend. Some of y'all don't eat during the week. Y'all restrict and eat 1 meal a day and y'all lose weight from that. But on the weekends, you eat 3 times the amount of food because you're sitting at home and you're not busy. So you don't realize that your busyness is what's suffocating your appetite and suppressing it. You think you don't have I don't get no message to eat. It's because you're staying busy. But grown people shouldn't need a message. You're supposed to be responsible to fuel your own body. Why would you wait for your brain to tell you something that you know is already jacked up because you've been beating it up with dieting it for your whole daggone life? Make it make sense. If you're not getting the message to eat when you own the program, why would you get the message to eat off the program? Make it make sense. That's cravings, okay? Oh, I can't remember. Set an alarm then. Coach, I get too busy. So you telling me if I take your kid to my house and I don't feed your kid for the whole weekend because I was too busy, that's going to be acceptable? That's what you're telling me. Because you said it's acceptable for you. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So you telling me you too busy. You was planning a wedding. I was at work. I was stressed out. I didn't have no time to eat. I didn't eat at all yesterday. And you cackling about it like that's cute. That doesn't sound cute to me. When people tell me that, I'm looking at them in a not good way. I'm looking at them about how broken they really are about food. I'm not even going to lie to you. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not normal for a grown ass person to walk around not eating for 24 hours. Y'all only think that because it equals weight loss because y'all saw all us get surgeries and lose a whole bunch of weight years ago. And now you think all you need to do is starve because somebody told you caloric intake is the way to lose weight. Well, I need you to know your body doesn't know what a calorie is. Food doesn't have definition. You don't put food in your body be like, oh, that's a calorie, y'all. As it doesn't know the difference. That's why you can get full off a cookie just like you can get full off a piece of chicken. Because it doesn't know the difference. So because it doesn't know the difference, some of the ideology of pursuing your weight loss is a pathway to, I don't know, ascension, I guess. Because when you think about it, just think about what I'm trying to explain here. If you're falling off a program every single weekend, then you shouldn't be on a program. You're one of those people that don't do well on it. So all you're doing is torturing yourself by getting on a scale every Sunday, but all weekend long you ain't done. Like here's my theory. If I did on Monday, okay, I did the same thing. I weighed myself on Monday, and I did the same thing Monday that I did on Tuesday, and I weighed myself on Tuesday, and I'm mad because I didn't lose no weight. I didn't do anything different. The reason why people lose weight daily is because they're enhancing and increasing their movement, their protein. They're actually doing different things to get those results. But many of us think if I starve on Monday and starve on Tuesday and starve on Wednesday and starve on Thursday, I should be down at least 5 pounds by Friday because at one point that happened to you. Well, stress, weight loss, and water